We're once again going deep into the archives and dredging out a topic from one of my oldest 7 Quick Tips videos. Cottagecore. With the addition of cherry groves in 1.20, the amount of potential and possibilities for cottagecore builds has never been bigger. Even compared to a couple years ago, there's just so many new blocks, styles, and techniques for Minecraft cottagecore, and I cannot wait to show you guys what I got cooking. If you're all about the docile joy of a blooming spring meadow or the coziness of a warm candlelit interior, well, congrats, you might be one of those aesthetic people, but also you're gonna love what I got for you today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy 7 more quick tips for cottagecore builds in Minecraft. Alright, let me start you guys off with the most important tip, the big picture idea that I think is really essential to cottagecore design. And that's, well, keep things chill. And yeah, I know that's probably the most vague thing you've ever heard, but hear me out. To me, cottagecore isn't about scale. It's not about huge mega bases or giant max efficiency redstone farms or any of that kind of stuff. Instead of concerning ourselves with larger and larger projects, taking on more pressure, stress, and ambition, let's just chill out for a bit. If you enjoy pushing yourself to make huge projects, that's dope. Don't let me stop you. But I feel that cottagecore at its essence is about breaking away from that mindset. It's about remembering that it's okay to just sit back, relax, and play Minecraft the way you enjoy. It's about appreciating the little stuff, like how pretty this flower is, or how the cherry trees make the perfect backdrop to your garden. So yeah, one of the things I really appreciate about cottagecore is that it really acts as like a sort of counter to the ever-increasing scales and ambitions of Minecraft projects you see online. While the merciless algorithm gods demand more and more, cottagecore and the mindset encourages says no. Okay, alright, that was esoteric as hell. But for real though, I hope you're able to find some meaning in that. It's something that really struck a chord with me when I started thinking about it. Anyways, let's keep moving. There's kind of like 2 camps of cottagecore design. Let's find which one you vibe with more. Yeah, so cottagecore isn't really one monolithic entity, you know? There's different styles, different designs and whatnot. I've done a little bit of research, and I feel like most people's interpretations of the style can be separated into 2 subgenres. On one hand, we've got the cutesy, pink, floral, idealistic interpretation, and on the other hand, a more rustic, cozy, and dare I say, realistic interpretation. And in today's video, we're gonna be looking at both. For the first style, cherry wood, flowers, beehives, and mushrooms are right up your alley, as well as basically any kind of crop or plant block. Crimson wood, moss, and terracotta can be really useful too, especially the lighter versions. But if you want something a little bit less cutesy and silly, maybe try subbing out the cherry wood for birch and throwing in a bit of brick and granite. Of course, we can keep the flowers and crops, but in a more realistic fashion. Oh, and for your interiors, candles, paintings, and flower pots are phenomenal. If you like both of these and don't just want to pick one, that's okay. Mojang's basically just like added the perfect cottagecore biome to the game recently. Let's check it out. Cherry trees are going in with the sauce. Nah, but actually though, I'm sure you guys know this already, but like, hear me out. Minecraft has always lent itself to a vaguely cottagecore style, but nowadays with the cherry groves, oh man, the possibilities have expanded so much. Like seriously, cherry leaves, amazing for custom trees or bushes. Pink petals, just throw them everywhere. Cherry wood, the purplish hue is really nice. All the other kinds of cherry wood add some really nice color contrast as well. Cottagecore builds are often an amorphous mishmash of green and brown. Adding in some bright pink can be really nice. Of course, you could build a normal house in a cherry tree biome for the atmosphere and the ambiance, but if you can integrate the new cherry wood into your build in some way, I think it would be really nice. Check out how I've built a tree house in a large custom cherry tree. I put this build together a couple weeks ago and I'm very proud of it. There's a full tutorial up on screen right now if you're interested. But let's say you want to make a new build from scratch. What kind of ideas and concepts should you have in mind? Try out these design concepts for some lovely cottagecore flair on your exteriors. Okay, so we're working on a cute little cottagecore house. This can be as simple as a wood rectangle, but I think we can do a little bit better than that. Let's try applying some design ideas that I think will really amplify the cute, cozy vibes that we want. First of all, rounded shapes. And this can honestly be anything. In my cherry tree house, you saw how I got this cute little rounded doorway. That's a good example, but you could even go so far as to make a hobbit hole style rounded front entrance here, and maybe some rounded windows too. In a similar fashion, soft curves are a big help. I know curves aren't the easiest thing to work with in Minecraft, but give it a shot. If you're able to use walls, you can kind of alternate walls and blocks like this to make some neat little curves with a little bit more granularity than you would get with just using blocks. And last but definitely not least, motion. Motion makes every Minecraft build more alive and exciting, and Cottagecore is no exception. The billowing smoke of a campfire, the tiny flames of some candles, or even the gentle swaying of leaves, I'm using a resource pack here, are all fantastic. As you've seen throughout this tip, we've been putting together a really fantastic little cottagecore house. I wanted to build something that contrasted my cherry tree house from earlier, but still felt solidly cottagecore in its style. It's more in line with the rustic look we talked about before. Let's keep moving and get started on the interior. Really put some thought into your interior decor. Cottagecore is a great theme to hone your interior design skills in. Taking a step back in time here, let's take a quick look at my OG cottagecore house from all the way back in July 2021. It's definitely not the build I'm the most proud of, but this interior was pretty neat. You can see how I really tried to fit a lot of detail into a very small space. Let's also make note of the decor choices. I see potted plants, moss, lanterns, candles, small tables and chairs, and a cute little indoor campfire. Hopping on back to the present day, let's apply some of these ideas in our new build. Things are looking pretty amazing, I gotta say. Really love the vibes here. But we've still got a couple more really important tips coming up, so be sure to stick around for those. After all, these builds do use a lot of resources. How are we gonna get them all? Invest some time into a few really key farms. As much I was kinda, speaking against the idea of big farms and mega projects, as it definitely does clash with the essence of cottagecore, we're still playing Minecraft here. And Minecraft gets a whole lot easier once you got a few farms going. In particular, for cottagecore builds, you're probably gonna need a lot of organic blocks. And as you know, basically every organic block needs bone meal to be farmed. A moss farm not only gets you the bone meal that you need, but it also gives you moss, azalea, moss carpets, and other essential items. In my old hardcore world, I built a couple of these bad boys. This design is by Sebelu622. I'll put a link to it in the description because it is a really great farm. And of course, once you got the moss farm up and running, you can take that bone meal to grow whatever else you want. In particular, glow lichen farms and flower farms give you a lot of essential items, and they're pretty easy. Hopping on back to my hardcore world, we can take a quick look at this tiny little farm which makes infinite glow lichen. It's honestly so easy to put together. Flower farms take a teeny bit more work, but here you can see a quick one I threw together, and man, if you put it in the right spot in a flower forest, you get so many flowers. It's insane. So yeah, don't neglect farms completely, especially the ones that give you flowers and other organic items. It's really gonna save you a ton of time in the long run. Let's get back to those cottagecore ideas one more time. How can we tailor our Minecraft experience to better embody them? When I imagine like a peak cottagecore existence, I imagine myself living sustainably on some sort of farm or homestead. I'm off the grid, deeply in tune with nature, spending my days tending to my crops, my garden, and enjoying a solitary, docile way of life. And if you really want to hit that cottagecore aesthetic, maybe try out some shaders. This is what my builds look like with BSL shaders. And here is Silder's Vibrant Shaders on high. Or if you can't run shaders, there's resource packs. My go-to resource pack site, Vanilla Tweaks, has packs that add bushy, wavy leaves and a warm glow to interior lighting. It's truly lovely. Link to it will be down in the video description as well. Regardless of how you choose to experience Minecraft, I really do hope that you can find some renewed joy in the calm simplicity of this block game. Cottagecore is a beautiful aesthetic, something that works really well with Minecraft, and I hope that by inviting it into your world, you can find something that you truly love. thanks for sticking around to the end. I know literally everyone always says this, but a like on the video would be really appreciated. It helps out smaller channels like mine a whole lot. And of course, if you have any suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. Until next time, this has been Leon, and I'll see you all in the next 7 Quick Tips video. Take care.